Hello, Botter. How are you? Hello, everybody. Oh, no problem, Botter. I thought maybe you might have been having a problem there. So we kind of finished up because everybody was getting a little crazy. So we figured you might have been having a problem. No problem. No big deal. Yeah, it was a good stream. It was a little feisty there for a while, but it was not too bad at all. It was fun. It was a good thing. Yeah. No, we're just getting started, Monica. Good to see you. Welcome to the stream. Thank you, everyone, for coming in tonight. Trying something a little different tonight. Went ahead and got signed up for StreamYard so I could have some panel guests and everything and see how that goes. See how it works a little bit. So be patient with me. I've never really done a stream with StreamYards. I'm sure that it's not that hard. Not that big of a deal. Hey, Anderson. Hey, how are you? Well, I don't know. That might or might not be you. Yeah, I don't think that's you, Anderson. You don't even have a proper picture, so I don't think that's you at all. So, hey, Barbara, how are you tonight? Good to see you. Good to see you. We're gonna let everybody get in here for a few minutes, and we'll be getting started. How have you been doing, Monica? Good to see you tonight. A lot of times you don't always make it right at the beginning, so it's good to see you come in where you can see more of the stream. Glad to see you. Well, today has been a little bit more positive going. Uh, Mr. Lying Camillo has not done as much lying. I guess a lot of people might have seen he put a video out saying he was leaving YouTube, but I guess we'll see how much validity is in that as the week goes on. A lot of people, I've read the comments under that video and everything, but a lot of people are saying that video is kind of a word for word uh, copy of Shawn Michaels. I guess maybe he was a wrestler. I'm not really sure. You guys will have to tell me, the ones that know about that. So I don't really know, but they're saying it's kind of like a copy to that. I'm not real sure if that is really true or not. Don't really know. So I'm not sure on that. But also another video came out today by Mr. Marsala Rome. He does a lot of the clips, the clip type channel. And he did a video clipping where Marsala Rome did a video about Mr. Lying Camillo, where he made fun of my domestic violence situation of about 10 years ago. I put a little thing in the description. Uh, it's not on this particular broadcast description. It was the original introduction, kind of up on YouTube. You could probably still see it, where I left the link to Marsala Rome, and where it has a clip of the Camillo show, where he was talking about his horrific version that he made about the domestic violence situation I had to endure about 10 years ago, where my boyfriend brought me home from a dance club that we had been in, where a guy came up and asked me to dance, and I politely said no. My boyfriend was really kind of drunk, and he got really upset about that. and he jerked me out of there and took me home. We lived together at the time, and he ended up beating me up in the face and head with his closed fist. This big 300-pound man. I weighed about 140, 150 pounds. And he beat me about the head and face really extremely harshly. And, you know, of course, no man or any person should be hitting anybody for any reason like that. And I ended up in the hospital with broken bones in my face, my cheekbone, and one other bone on that one side of my face. I ended up having to have surgery. And, you know, and he got charged with aggravated assault and ended up, after trial, he got convicted and ended up in prison for 10 years. And he didn't even end up serving out the whole sentence because he ended up in prison. He got murdered by the inmates in prison. And that's what happened with that. And I had a real bad case of PTSD from that. So that's what happened. But on the clip that Marsala got from the King of Truth show, you could hear what John decided to say, to some sort of effect where he said that I got beaten up in the bar by the boyfriend and I think some other guys too or something, and because I had been flirting with all the people and the guys in the bar, and I was a loser, and I was, you know, whoring around, and I deserved it, and that I had to have surgery at the hospital, and something about quote unquote they took skin grafts from my ass, and they had to fill in the cheeks, my cheeks, with plaster of Paris, and I ended up being moon faced or something like that. It's really crazy, moon faced, and that's why I wouldn't cam up or show myself, which is certainly not the reason. But you'd have to hear that clip. I think the clip is really only now available over on that Marsala room, Marsala room. If you care to see it, you can look at it over there. But it was really outrageous that he would say something like that and make it so salacious and degrading sounding, you know, for somebody to have gone through that terrible uh, domestic violence type of thing. So bad I had a really bad PTSD for over 2 years. I had treatment for it. I still have it to this day. And when he was beating me up to a pulp, that song was playing in the bedroom where I was, that Oh Donna song by Richie Valens. And that's why whenever I hear that song, if it comes up, it triggers that PTSD an attack sometimes. So I really don't care to hear that song too much. But it's just crazy. I mean, and the way you could see him kind of I don't even want to talk about it anymore. But anyway, it's just horrid. And the last 2 or 3 days, I'm glad it's over. I'm so glad it's over. And I'm moving on, and I've been trying to be real positive, and I've been feeling so much better. Hey, Out in the Wire, good to see you. Jessica, Jennifer. Exactly, Jessica. Plaster of Paris. Exactly. You can hear it come right out of his mouth. And for him to say something like that about somebody that endured, and I told him about that story. He knows exactly what happened. I shared it with him. You know, I didn't ever used to talk to a lot of people about that, but he knows exactly what happened. And when I first told him about that, you know, a year ago, you know, I was crying and telling him, and so he knows what happened exactly. Hey, Jill, thank you for coming in. I appreciate you seeing. Thank you so much. Vinny G, hi, how are you? Hey, Vinny G, I appreciate you doing that voice comparison, sweetheart, but you're 100%, your machinery there, is a little bit off because I'm really not the other lady there, Plunder Lady, but thank you for taking your time to do it. I appreciate that. Nancy Grace's biggest fan. How are you? Good to see you. Thank you, everybody that came in. Appreciate everybody for coming in. Dog Show says, John seems to be really hurt, Lolly. Well, I'm really hurt, Dog Show. So if you talk to John, you tell John that, what makes me really hurt the most is all this stuff he's said and done in the last 3 days is the reason I'm really hurt is I really love him. And I still love him. And I don't even know what to do because it just makes me really sad that somebody that I love so much would be doing and saying all this stuff he has done and said in the last 3 days. So I'm really hurt, Dog Show. Thank you for coming in, though. I appreciate it. Nancy Grace's biggest fan said, stop putting his name in the title. Well, I don't think I'd put his name in the title. It's Late Night with Lolly. And then I put the information of one of the topics that I'm going to be discussing. But I appreciate you coming by. Hello, Jane McNutt. Thank you for coming in. And yes, Nancy Grace, I heard that he said he's going to be leaving YouTube. I'm not so sure if I believe that, but I heard that he put that video out. Yes. Arise Chicken says John screwed up and told on himself. He said maybe he'd find true love, but yesterday he said you paid him, that he wasn't in a relationship with you because he already had a girlfriend. Yeah, he frequently says stuff. He switches around what he says and changes the story. He does that all the time. Yeah, Arise Chicken, that's true. Out in the Wire said this will all be old news in a week and it will get better. Well, I hope so, Out in the Wire. I really hope so. Hey, Michelle K. Yeah, give me a minute, Michelle K., and I will do that. Ace Carson, the day the music died. Arise Chicken said, does he have a girlfriend or is he looking for one? Which is it, John? I don't know. And the other ex-girlfriend he had before, I don't believe he's going, as far as I know, he hasn't been in touch with her. And he and I have been having a relationship for a year, so I'm not real sure what he's talking about. Michelle K., do you have a Twitter where I'm not going to post the links on the stream. Do you have a Twitter or an email you can give me in the private chat? And I'll send you a link if you do. Arise Chicken says, either way, I'm sorry you have to go through with this. I thank you so much, Arise Chicken. I appreciate you. Yeah, but him saying he wasn't in a relationship with me because he already had a girlfriend. That other girlfriend, that was 3 or 4 months ago. He broke up with her when he had to go to court and all that. He officially broke up with her, but he and I were in a relationship since the first part of February, even though he was in the same relationship with that other girlfriend. He didn't have that much to do with her. They were on the outs most of the time, even though he had 2 girlfriends. He had her up there and me, a virtual girlfriend that we just didn't, what did we call it? Long distance relationship, I guess you'd say. Hey, I want to welcome to the stream, Jody. How are you,
Hi,
Jody?
Lolly.
Evening.
Can you
Good
hear
to
me? Good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. How are you doing tonight?
All right. Did you feel sad for John on his last goodbye YouTube video?
Well, I kind of did until I read in some of the comments there that that same speech he gave was a Shawn Michaels speech. I guess somebody from wrestling. Did you know anything about that? I don't really know a lot about wrestling or Shawn Michaels or something like that. A bunch of 4 or 5 people said it was kind of almost word for word
No,
with some
that's
guy that
fine.
left the wrestling, and that's what all he said the same things. But someone else will have to tell me for that. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm not sure. How are you tonight, Jody?
Crazy. Has he texted you?
No, I've got him on block. I still have him on block because he was bothering me, and I don't really care to talk to him. Out in the water says, "Lost my smile" is from Shawn Michaels. Oh, is that what you used to call from Shawn Michaels? That's a well. Someone over in Botters they were saying about that "lost my smile," and I told him, well, he lost his smile, and her name is Lolly motherfucking Cunningham. That's what happened to him. He lost his smile. That's about right. Too bad. All he would have had to do, Jody, was to just say, you know what? I'm sorry I said that to those people in my chat, and I shouldn't have said it. I'm sorry. That's all he would have had to say, and we wouldn't have had to go through 2 or 3 days of all this bullshit, and everything would have probably been okay. I still wouldn't have enjoyed the way he was treating me, and we would have had to get something figured out about that, but, you know, this all didn't have to happen, Jody. It didn't have to happen. Let's see,
Yeah,
Arise
but
Chicken
he
said,
also kind of liked when people came in and made fun.
yeah, he liked to have people troll me. And that's why he would always read out even the worst comments the people that were trolling made. And I would have to say, why are you reading those out loud? You know? He enjoyed that. And he enjoyed because that was the content for his show. He didn't care about my feelings. If I'm supposed to be your girlfriend, why would you read some of those most horrible things they would type out loud? You know? Arise Chicken said, "You'll get no judgment of your relationship with him out of me. I just
Then
think
he
he's
says you're
pathetic."
his girlfriend.
The picture of his other girlfriend?
And then you're not his girlfriend.
Yeah, and then we're not in a relationship, and then we've been in a relationship for a year. Yeah, he changes all the way, all the time. German said Shawn Michaels lost his smile because he broke his back. What did Camillo break? He broke his damn mind is what he broke, you know? He lost his mind. He really had an emotional
John was a
breakdown.
John John
What
was sad because Rachella would not come up and help him. That's what broke his smile.
Well, Rachella, we were saying Rachella was not going to put up with anything like I put up with. So, she was not going to put up with some of the stuff I put up with. When I heard them talking like she was going to come and help him, I thought that's never going to work. Jody, I didn't think that was going to go work out too much.
I still feel bad for him.
Yeah. Well, I feel bad for myself as well. I mean, um, I feel bad for him. I feel sad. I still love him, Joey. I don't know what to do because after this 2 or 3 days when he's just gone berserk and been bashing me and slandering me and talking so horribly about me, uh, I don't know if we could go back over anything else. I mean, all he would have had to do is just apologize for what he said, and but that now he's got 3 days of all this horrible stuff he's been going around and saying and slandering me and saying this horrible stuff. I don't know that we can come back.
Do, do you think he was getting nervous because it was time to meet?
Oh yeah, I think so because he was trying. I heard him say to some people on one of those streams that I was putting backing out of it or something. No, he's the person that kept getting nervous and wanted to kept pushing the time back because we were supposed to meet in the summer. And then he told me, well, no, he said, well, this is my busiest time where I make my most money on my work and the different things he does. And he said, it's just so busy for me. And I said, well, when do you want to meet then? And he said, well, how about after Labor Day? I said, well, that's fine. Why don't we make like the second week of September? I said, that way it'll be cooler anyway. I said, that would be okay with me. And he said, okay, yeah. I said, and I kept trying to pin him down to where he wanted to meet. I said, well, you want to meet halfway between Jersey and between the Gulf Coast, in Mississippi or Florida, and maybe Savannah, Georgia, or the Carolinas, something like that. He would never, I could never pin him down, and he said, "Well, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it." If I wanted to get something concrete down and get a time and a date and a place, to make a goal, but he never wanted to make sure to talk about it. And so then I asked him. I thought, well, just poor, okay, fitness protection. Poor Kenneth burnt up for this. Lolly, how do you live with yourself? You were on with John the same day he died. Well, Kenneth, first of all, was my ex-husband of many years. Okay, let's get that straight. The obituary everybody was talking about was written by Kenneth's family, not me. Okay. They put on there that I had been Kenneth's wife, which was true, but I was Kenneth's ex wife of many years. So, you know what? Fitness protection. Uh, I'm not a grieving widow of a marriage that was ongoing at the time of the death. So, just get your facts straight. And, I'm not standing around in a black dress for 5 years. I mean, I'm sorry the man died, but you're not very cool yourself there. He didn't burn up for anything. He died from an electrical fire in the engine of his van. It was not anything that I had anything to do with. I'm sad for his death, and I wasn't with John on the day he died. I was in my home, and that's my business. So you can either act better than that or you can get fucked and get the fuck out of here. Next. Anyway, Jody, um what was I saying now?
And what an awful thing to happen to someone.
Yeah, it was horrible, Jody. He had we were still on friendly terms. He did some caretaking stuff. I have several homes that I lease out on the Gulf Coast, and he was, on friendly terms. He's acted kind of as a caretaker and maintenance person. I have like 7 or 8 homes, and he watches over them with me because I do a lot of traveling. And he had gone and got groceries for me and was bringing them back over to the house that I'm staying at there. And the engine caught fire when he was coming back and pulling up into the driveway. And something went wrong with the electrical system and the doors wouldn't open up, and the fire caught, and I called for the fire trucks and they came right away, but they couldn't get the doors opened up to get him out of the van. It was a horrible, horrific thing that happened. I don't really want to talk about it
Oh,
right now, but yeah, it was a
awful.
freak accident, a horrific thing
Oh,
that happened. They even had to have they had 3 different fire trucks over there trying to get him out of that van, before something terrible happened. They had to have grief counseling for all the firefighters because they were so overwrought themselves, as I was at the time of the accident. But they couldn't get him out of there. The windows were built to be crash resistant. They couldn't even get the windows cracked and get him out of the windows with the back end of the axes and stuff. There was like about 11 or 12 firefighters there, and they had to have grief counseling themselves because they were so overwrought with guilt that they couldn't get the man out of that van. Now that's pretty bad when these big hefty firefighters are crying and need to have counseling. So don't tell me how do I live with myself? Those freaking firefighters couldn't live with themselves, you stupid asshole. Next. That why don't you just get out of here, as a matter of fact. Oh man. But yeah, it was a very sad
bye.
day. Yeah, it was a nightmare. They wouldn't even let me over near that van because they didn't want me to see him when they finally what
Yeah,
is that thing where they cut the whole doors open? They had to cut it with that life thing or something they crunch open the doors with to get his body out of there.
jaws of life.
Jaws of life, yes, that was what it was
Yeah.
called. Yeah. It was so weird. It was such a really freak accident. But you know how his version of that after when he was on his tirade of lying things, he said that somebody poured gasoline over his whole body when he was alive and then lit him on fire, and it was a murder for hire, and that I'm the person that hired the person to murder him. Now, how do we go from what I just had told you really truly happened to him saying all that? Now, why would you say something like that? I know he's hurt and he's been real emotional, and
And why?
why
Why
would
would
you
you do
lie
that?
and say a lie like that? It's just incredible. Hello, I'm perfect. Good to see you, sweetheart. I'm so glad you were able to come tonight. Yeah, out in the water. I know that they told me that was the best thing. I'm glad I didn't go over to
So
see
on
him.
to a better subject.
Yeah, let's go to something better. Exactly. But yeah, I'm going to go off to bigger and better things. I'm going to try to accentuate the positive and go into more things that I'm going to be doing, and I'm really going into my holiday season mode. I do every year. When I get to November, I switch over to more takes the time for myself for November and December and January, and I'm going to be working a lot more on my art and getting ready for the holidays. How about you, Jody? Are you getting ready for Thanksgiving? I'm not sure what you do for the holidays or if you really do a lot of celebrating.
Mhm. Actually, I kind of let my mom handle all that and I just show up.
Oh, well, that's a good way too. Just be the participant, huh? It's not quite as much trouble. You probably bring something when they have the big dinner. Hello, Grace Ruler. Thank you for coming
No,
in.
I don't bring anything but myself.
Well, that's the best way to do it. Yeah, Grace Ruler. Yeah, he was bringing some groceries over, delivering them over to my house, and so he was out in the driveway at my home, his van. Yeah, so it's in the driveway to my home. But thank you for coming to the show tonight. I appreciate you. You have a very pretty picture. You're a pretty lady there. But yeah, I'm just trying to do some really good things, and I'm glad to be getting down into my less busy season where I can enjoy my life. And it's just been such a lot. The last couple days here have been so much more positive, Jody, and everybody. It's really a lot better for me because John had just been bringing me down with all of his negativity and the stress of him being so mean to me and being so verbally abusive and everything. Okay, and now Jody, you've got a question. Camillo's Huge Tits wants to know, is Jody single? So you got an admirer there, Jody.
Yes.
Oh, she said yes. Camillo's Huge Tits. So there you go. We gotta keep that in mind. Now, Laura's Hope said she's a new sub. I appreciate you subbing up. Thank you so much. She said, I'm an OG and I have been around. I just now found your channel. I see you've been a long time though. You have such a soothing, soft voice. You should do readings for audiobooks. Well, thank you, Laura's Hope. I've had people tell me that. I really don't have a lot of time. Some people have told me that I should do some ASMR readings. People have requested that, but I just don't really have a lot of time to do that. But someone had asked me to do some volunteer reading for some children's books, like for cancer patients and stuff. I wouldn't mind doing that. Probably wouldn't take as much time, and especially for a volunteer thing for children, I wouldn't mind doing that. But a lot of people have liked my voice, the soft voice, the soothing voice. Actually, that was one thing that John was attracted to me by. He really likes my voice. He liked me to talk to him at night, and it would put him to sleep or made him feel better or something. But a lot of people like my voice. I've heard that compliment before, but I thank you for that. Out in the Wire said, I usually get silence when I ask a girl if that as well, or what, if she's single. Camilla's used tits. He says, well, I love a feisty gal, Jody. So let's see. So we might have another love match. I'll have to keep that in mind. Camilla's Huge Tits has been around for a while. It's one of Camilla's really nice not clones, but nice trolls. He said, out in the wire, whatever, you're a babe magnet. I see what's going on. So he already knows that you're a babe magnet out in the wire. Yeah, out in the wire has all kind of girlfriends, all the chats. But yeah, I'm just
Well,
trying to be more positive and go on with my life. And
Lolly,
yeah.
do you do you think John is going to come back in a couple of days or a week or something like that? Crazy.
Well, I think John always accuses me of being addicted to YouTube, which I'm not. I mean, really, the only show I was working on was his. And I like to go visit some of my friends and watch the shows. He would be really jealous if I went to anybody else's panels or did anything else. So I was kind of not doing that. But yes, I think he'll be back. I don't think you can stay away because he is terribly addicted to YouTube. It's really the only thing his life revolves around other than his during the day. You know, he helps with his mother and of course has his daughter. But other than that, and he does several different little jobs during the day. You know, he does work. But yes, I think he'll be back. I don't think he can stay away. I think he'll be back within the week, frankly. I would be surprised if he stayed away more than a week because he's addicted. He's hugely addicted to YouTube, which I don't think there's anything wrong with that. If you're making your money, you're taking care of yourself and your family and your responsibilities. I don't think there's anything wrong with working on your YouTube because he was working at it and he was trying to make money and everything. And he's built his channel back up with my help. Not saying that there's anything wrong with that, but I don't believe he'll be able to stay away, Jody. I don't think so. Ace Carson, welcome to the chat. He says, Ace says, I admit I'm addicted to YouTube chats. It
Yeah,
does get
but he
confusing. What do you think, Jody? Do you think he'll be able to stay
How
away?
is he gonna learn how to even do a link?
Exactly. I don't know. If he comes back, he's obviously going to have to figure out to get somebody to help him, unless he's just going to take a crash course and learn everything. What do you think, Jody? Do you think he'll be able to stay away from YouTube?
He did get his new computer.
Yeah, but he doesn't know how to work it or do anything with it.
Absolutely not. He's got that
Exactly.
new laptop.
Yeah. He knows how to go online on his phone, but his computer, he went online one time on it with my help.
He'll figure out how to use that laptop.
Yeah, he can do that. But he needs to learn how to do, other things on it. I mean, I wish him well if he wants to go on YouTube. I didn't ask him to quit YouTube. I was kind of surprised when he came on and said he's going to quit YouTube, you know, whatever.
Well,
That's
now
on
you can
him.
go anywhere you want without getting in trouble.
Yes, it's nice now because the last couple of days I went and visited several of my friends. I haven't been able because, I just quit going and visiting any of my friends and talking to them on their panel or whatever, because if I did do that, he would get so jealous and be so mad and say I'm a traitor and all this stuff. And it was just easier not to go, Jody, because he would get mad. He'd be all in a bad mood and he'd be mean to me. So, it was just easier for me just not to go and just to stay in my lane over at his chat. And just, I enjoyed working with him, enjoyed working with him on the chat. I had fun most of the time when he wasn't berating me and verbally abusing me. But that it is what it is. Hey, Rebel Soul, I'm glad you were able to make it. Yeah, what does the chat think? Do you guys think, what does everybody think about it? Do you think John will be able to stay away from YouTube? How long do you think he'll be able to stay away? Put in your input. I'm perfect. Laura, let's have some compassion. He lost his way. Yeah, I think he's still a good person. I have compassion for him. I don't know how long you've been here. I'm perfect. I already said I still love him. I'm just very sad that I'm not going to be able to be with him after all the
What would
way
you
he's
do
acted the
if
last three
he
days.
asked you to work it out?
I don't know. I mean, if he could be a man and just say he was wrong and what caused this big fight and just say he's sorry for what he said and apologize to me, we could probably talk it over what happened the last 2 or 3 days. But he's not doing that. I mean, he did come out today and say he's leaving YouTube, but he didn't
And
say it was
some
because of anything
boundaries
about
with
me.
less control.
What was that? He lost control. I mean, we could talk about it if we
Some
sat down and talked
boundaries
about it, but
without
he
less
hasn't
control.
lost control. I'm sorry, you're breaking up, Jody.
I'm way off time of you. I'm off sync.
Rebel Soul says, I'm sorry, but I don't feel he is a good person. Grace Ruler says, don't you think he's watching your
He was
stream
pretty
now? He probably is.
Hi, John.
I'm Perfect said he loves you, but he's confused. YouTube has gotten into his head. Maybe that's true. Maybe that's true. I'm Perfect. I don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. Rebel Soul says, I don't really like the way he berated you in front of everyone. Well, I sure didn't like it either.
He has a lot of people talking to him.
Yeah, he's got a lot of people in his head, and all the haters have been brainwashing him since I've not been there. And I don't blame him for that. I blame them for that. You know, they trying to take his control of his brain and his emotions. They're taking advantage of him. You know, I put that more on them than I don't put that on him at all. Not at all. Monica said, I agree with you out in the wire. We've both seen so much stupid hate
Well, I
here.
guess it's to be continued.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say I would 100% never go back to even sit down and talk with him or, talk with him on the phone and stuff. But at this point, he hasn't really reached out. Monica said, I agree with you out in the wire. We've both seen so much stupid hate here. Everyone has lost the plot. It used to be fun. Yeah, that's what I like to be here for, is the fun. Rice Chicken said, I think it might be lack of blood flow from those teensy weensy t-shirts he wears. And Outlaw said, exactly, Monica. It's all a fine line. That's really true. And Grace Ruler has a very good point. She said, a good friend doesn't tell private conversations, even if you break up. That's terrible. That's a really good point. I know he's hurt and is all emotional. I'm hurt too. But he has brought up some private conversations and then blown them out of proportion. Like, for instance, the private conversation where I told him about my domestic violence and blew that all out of proportion, threw in all kinds of stuff down to the point of having plaster of Paris inserted in my cheeks during surgery and made a horrendous type of story about it. You don't do that to a domestic violence survivor. That is crazy and horrible. I couldn't even believe it when I heard him saying that. I didn't catch that stream. Haven't been listening to all those streams. My assistant has been making manuscripts of them and video recordings of them, and I'm glad she did that, because apparently somebody told me that he has deleted all those streams or either privated all those streams. I guess he figures if he just deletes them all or privates them, that all that makes that all okay. All that horrific stuff he wrote or said in those streams. I was just outrageously horrified when I read some of the stuff he said. I'm glad I didn't really look at all the recordings. I'm glad we made them, because apparently he either took them down or privated them. But that doesn't make up for it by privating them. You said all that stuff publicly, in order to try to embarrass me or for whatever reason you did it. I mean, were you having a mental breakdown? Is that what happened, John? I don't know. But I just couldn't believe some of the things you actually said in public. Inexcusable. Next. Let's see whatever. Got some more comments here. Yeah, let's see. Ace Carson says, well, no offense, but hitting yourself upside your head with cans of ravioli doesn't help. Well, that was kind of a funny video that he made. I had challenged him to make a funnier video than the one he made where he threw the slices of pizza up against the TV screen and then pull them off and start eating them. So that's when he came out with the video of hitting those cans up against his forehead and as he was talking. So I thought he did a pretty good job. That was funny. I thought that was a cute one. He really is a good comedy person. You know, he's really a comedic genius. I mean, I give him props on his comedy and his timing and everything. He's really good. Now, Monica shares, she says, what turned me away from John, who I used to enjoy, was that morning when he was telling us where we were not allowed to go. I'm 52 almost. I go where I want. Yeah, that's one thing that I don't agree with. I think people should be allowed to go whatever chats they want, go visit whoever they want, go on whatever panels they want. You can't disallow people from going and visiting others. You know, you just can't. I mean, anybody that comes here is free and allowed to go wherever they want. I'm glad for you to just visit whoever you want. And I know Out in the Wire told me, I saw him over at Michelle Marie Delaney's this morning, and he told me that John banned him over at his channel because he was over here last night at my chat. And I told him, well, I'm sorry to hear that. You know, you're free to go to any chats you want. He said, no, it's no problem. And, you know, and then this morning, John quit. Jody said, oh, my mic is screwed up. I've got a new one on the way. Well, thank you, Jody. I appreciate you coming up tonight, though. I appreciate that. And whenever you get your new mic, we'll have you back on here for sure. Well, he's not blocked from here. He's not blocked at all, Rebel Soul. He's not blocked at all. If he wanted to come up here, he could come in the chat. That's really the only place he could come, though, you know. Laura's Hope said, YouTube to me, not only do you have an extremely thick skin to have to be a creator, being friends in real life on YouTube is almost a miracle if people can withstand it all. Too many people are involved. That is a good point. Oh, hello, Papa Perk. So what is next for you, Lolly? Will you be filling in the gap now that he's gone? Well, what I plan to do is still be here the same as I've always been. I have this channel, still going to continue the art part of it with my short art videos. I do little mini videos, shorts, and then 2 and 3 minute videos. I'm going to probably, if there's still a call, we've got 30 people, 35 people in here. Probably gonna maybe cut down to maybe 2 or 3 or 4 times a week. Have some chats, you know, and like now I'm cutting back on my work with my businesses right now. I usually in November, December, January I have my vacation months, but I'm going to work more on my artwork and my charity work. I do more of that during the holidays and to passing out money. I'm working on my food program for needy families. I do a lot of foundation work. I have a charitable foundation for the needy. It's a privately funded foundation by myself where I help families with money for food and for their families with small children, where I give out food cards where families can buy food for their families with small children. And I pass out those food cards all across America, and we intensify that over the 3 months, 3 holiday months, which are defined as November, December, and January. So I have fun with that during those 3 months, and I'll be working on that for these 3 months. And we pass out a lot of money. Last year in 2020, I gave out $1.3 million in total out of our foundation, and I'm proud to be able to do that. I've been blessed with a lot of money that I can't spend myself, so I'm happy to do that. Okay, Donna Atwood says, Lolly, will you be luring up in case of an ongoing police investigation? Wait a minute, I lost that. Did you know she set her husband on fire right out in her driveway? Well, first of all, that's not true. So that's a slanderous statement right there. And no, I won't be lawyering up because, you know, I own a corporation, a book publishing corporation. I have a whole floor of lawyers if I were to need a lawyer, which I don't, because there is no police investigation, as a matter of fact, Donna Atwood. So you don't know what you're talking about. So you probably would need to lawyer up because you're going to be getting a slander suit on you if you make another statement like that. So why don't you take a little time considering why you said that and making a slanderous statement? Yeah, that's true. I'm perfect. He would always block her because she would say nice things and be supportive of me. He had not just you, I'm perfect. He would block anybody that said nice things and supportive things about me because he wanted people to troll me and try to make me mad to make content for his show. Now, how nice is that when I'm supposed to be your girlfriend and you're supposed to be supportive of me in real life? Why would you block out people that are supportive of me in your chat? It didn't make any sense. Angry little redheaded stepchild, welcome to the chat. I appreciate you coming in. He said, I'm pretty sure he was only in it for half of the 200 million, Lolly, probably for best in the long run. Well, thank you for your comment. Actually, it's 850 million, and there would be, if we were ever to get married, it would have been a prenup. We wouldn't have gotten half of anything. But thank you for the comment. And I don't know if he was looking for the money or not. At best, he would have maybe in a prenup maybe been awarded 100 million after we'd been married for 5 years, something like that. I would have probably given him that much, but I'm sure he would have been glad to get that. Oh, Ace Carson says, I had to drop by to hear your voice. Well, thank you, Ace. I appreciate that. Monica says, Lolly has always been good to me, and I don't care what anyone else says. She's good people. Well, thank you, Monica. I appreciate you. Laura's hopes that is awesome, Lolly. You have a heart like my own, serving in the community in real life. Well, yeah, Laura's hope. You know, I'm blessed that I got a lot of education early in life. My father always believed that education would serve me well, and it has. You know, I built up a book company at first and then a book publishing corporation. It's based in Seattle, Washington, and I make a lot of money from that corporation, and I saved up my money. I worked as a nurse for many years. I saved up my money from that, and that's how I built my first book company, and then I made my book corporation, and I use all the profits from that to put into my private foundation to give money to others that are less fortunate than myself, because I have a lot of more money than I'll ever need in my lifetime, and I try to pass it forward to needy families. I've identified the three things that I try to help are needy families and children that don't have enough money for food. I don't believe the government in the United States really is giving enough money in food stamps, and I think they call it SNAP benefits. They changed the name of it. So I'm trying to add more money for food, and I concentrate on the families with the small children because I don't want any child here to go without. And I work with some of the communities that already have identified the lower socioeconomic groups that have families that aren't getting enough food, and I get them gift cards either from some of the big grocery store companies or some of the Walmart, because there's Walmart stores, grocery stores just about everywhere, and we buy out of the foundation that's privately funded by myself. We buy up the gift cards from the stores, either the grocery stores or the Walmart stores, and then we pass them out to the selected families that that they can buy food at the grocery Walmart grocery stores, either grocery store chains or the Walmart grocery stores. And they are thankful to get them. And it's really like this time of year, we pass them out around Thanksgiving, and we do more during these 3 months. We pass them out all year long, but we give more during the holiday season for people. And they're so gracious and so thankful to get cards. They might not have been able to have a Thanksgiving dinner. You give somebody a card for $100, and they're going to be able to have a Thanksgiving dinner that they wouldn't have been able to have. And it's so sweet, and they're so excited when you give them the card. And I'm pleased to be able to do that. Out in the War said this year it's more important for food carts. A lot of people are struggling exactly out in the War. I'm really so glad to be able to do it. And Jody said that's very blessed. Yeah, I feel blessed to be able to do it. Ace Carson said Laura's Hope had a charity towards someone who used to be a YouTube celebrity. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. Papa Perk said, well, good for you, Lolly. I'll be looking forward to seeing some more of your content. Well, thank you, Papa Perk. You've always been a nice supporter. I thank you for saying that. Oh, Charlene Goss. Well, welcome to the chat. Good to see you. She said, hello, beautiful. Just stopping by to say hello. Nothing but love. Well, I'm glad that you came by, and I appreciate your support. Thank you. Lolly. Laura's Hope says, Lolly, are you a widow, love? Well, I don't know if they consider you a widow for sure if it's your ex-husband, but my ex-husband did pass away a few months ago. So I'm not sure if that's considered a widow or not, but he was a very good man, and I was very saddened by his death. So yes, he did pass away a couple months ago in a horrific freak accident, and it was out on my driveway. He would do stuff for me. He was watching over my homes that I own over on the Gulf Coast. I have like about, I think, 7 or 8 homes that I lease out, and I do a lot of traveling. So he does all the maintenance and watches over the homes and stuff. And he had gone to pick up some groceries to bring back to me, and he was coming back over and to deliver the groceries. And the van caught fire, an electrical fire, and he sadly passed away. Papa Perk says, was all the child pornography all fake? I really hope it was. Well, unfortunately, no, Papa Perk, it was not fake. It is real, and it is currently undergoing an investigation. The last thing that recently happened was when, I think maybe about a week ago, when a package arrived at Camillo's residence sent from Illinois, and the guy Botter admitted on one of the chats that he had been made to send the package by Noodles, aka David Joseph Buldo. And in the package was some old phone books and some child pornography materials and some old catalogs and whatnot. And that is supposedly going to crack the investigation. There's a detective working on it. And Botter had said he was forced by Noodles to send the package. And apparently it was meant to try to implicate Camillo and me. Camillo by being sent to Camillo's address. And Botter had been instructed by Noodles, aka David Joseph Buldo, to put the label on it and address it to Donna Camillo in care of the Camillo Metal Salvage Company or something like that. Well, because all during that week, that Noodles character had been getting swatted, and every time he got swatted, he was shouting out to the police that the persons who were swatting him was John Camillo and Lolly Cunningham. Well, you guys all know if you're getting swatted, you don't know who swatted you. But David Bouldeau kept trying to implicate myself and John Camillo and told the police a false story that he knew for sure that the two people who swatted him was John Camillo and Lolly Cunningham. Well, you can't say that. That's false. You don't have any evidence or any, any proof that who swatted you. So, and then later, 2 or 3 days later, this package arrives. That was a bunch of fake BS because there is no person named Donna Camillo. It's not my name. So that was a false person it was sent to. And then Botter admitted that Noodles made him send it. So there's the two people you need to look at because Botter admitted physically sending it. And the person who made him do it was Noodles, Joseph Bouldeau. So those two people were implicated in transporting or making to be sent child pornography across interstate lines. So they're investigating those two people right now. Yeah, Jody just was saying that he had paid for sex was the worst thing. Yeah, that was about that $3,800, which I gave him back 6 or 8 months ago via PayPal. And then when he got mad that I broke off with him, then he suddenly said he was paid for sexual favors. Well, 2 days ago, when he was saying that all over creation on his streams, he decided to say he had earned the money and that I had paid him for services rendered. I told him, okay, well, if you're saying you earned the money, and you were doing it for work you did, well then I don't want to do anything out of kind. What I'm going to do is to make sure everything's on the up and up. I will just make sure I'll issue you some 1099s for the $3,800 that I paid you. So make sure I'll be on the up and up with the IRS. I'll issue those for tax year 2021 for $3,800. I'll make sure to send you some copies of your 1099s as well to the IRS. And then that'll be between you and the IRS. And you can just be sure to pay taxes on that $3,800 that you say now that you earned for services that you did, which I know is fake and a lie that you've made up. But if you made the lie up, you can lay in the bed and pay your taxes to the federal government. And I'll wash my hands of it all. Botter says, me, you, and Anderson are the only entertainments left out there. Well, that's probably about true. Yes, that might be about true, Botter. Angry little red-headed stepchild says, he could have bought a nice van for 100 million. Yeah, he sure could have, little stepchild. Yep, he could have. Jody agrees that's the best entertainment. And Michelle K, of course. Yeah, that's true. I was trying to get her to give me her email. Oh, here's the thing here. Okay. Hey, Nix, how are you? I'm glad you could come in tonight. Good to see you. Ace Carson says at least Lolly's easy on the ears. As for Michelle K, it's another story altogether. But Michelle K is so sweet. She's nice. And Jody said, yeah, Michelle K is really funny. That's true. Laura's Hope says, well, I think that's wonderful. I'm a widow and I'm on a meager income, but I'm organizing a group starting in January for widows and widowers to do events. I think it's a blessing. I'm giving of me and time. Well, I'd be interested in hearing about that. Maybe it's something I could join in. I'm maybe a sort of a widow. I'm not sure if I'd actually qualify, but I'd be interested in hearing about what you're organizing. I might be interested in joining. Keep me updated on that. Be interested in hearing about it. Bada said Sam Hill sounds like a girl when he cries and sounds just like Noodles. Hey, Botter, did you want to try to come up on panel for a few minutes? Do you have time? Jody said Sam Hill used to be friends with Nicole, and she told him to get a life. Did you see the picture at Botter? Oh, that's Sam Hill. Is Sam Bell and Sam Hill the same person? I'm not sure. Nick said, Jody, that's a different guy to Sam Righteous Hill. Jody said, that's an excellent idea, Lolly. You didn't want to get in trouble even through PayPal. Says, I love you, John Camillo. Love, Lolly, 4 times in a row. Tic-tac-toe. How did you know that, Jody? Did he show those? Yeah, because I put those on there, but did he show those tickets that said that? Yeah, I do have compassion. Like I said, I'm perfect. He might be going through a lot, but you got to also understand I've been going through a lot as well. I do have compassion for him. Like I said, I still love him. Botter, I didn't get an answer to my question either. Did you want to come up for a few minutes on the panel? Come on, Botter. I went on your panel tonight. You better come up here. I'm going to be mad if you don't. Botter said there's something strange going on with this Jody. It might be Jody. Yeah, she told us she was Jody girl. While we're waiting for Botter to powder his nose and to get up here, does anybody have any questions or anything else you wanted to ask about anything? Because I'm kind of winding down. We got a good hour in so far. So if anybody has any questions, now's the time before we get done here. I'm Perfect says, I hate to see two people love each other and not get along. I love you both, and I think this can be worked out. Well, I guess that will remain to be seen. I'm Perfect. I guess that will remain to be seen. Okay, thank you. Jody said, "In the NDA I signed, I'm pretty much obligated to give you what I got. We'll get it to you by tomorrow. Cover your ass." Okay, Jody girl, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I don't know how to remove it from the chat bot, or how do you remove it? Abby says, "My question is, will you still be releasing Magda's docs?" I don't dox anybody, but the information that I do have on file will be dealt with accordingly. And Abby, if you're probably Magda, so deal with it. Well, Blotter, are you going to be able to come up? Because I'm probably going to be finishing up the chat here in a few minutes if you're not going to be able to come up. Um, Anybody have any other questions before I go? Jody said Abby would come in under her real name. I saw her in chat before this one. Laura has a question. Says, since you deal with all kinds of charity events and know of how of facilitating, would you be available to speak to me via email regarding my group? Sure. Sure. I'll give you an email that I give out publicly. I can give it to you real quick here if you'd like that. Let me get that for you real quick. Just a minute. Well, there he is. Welcome, Botter.
Good
How are you,
morning, Lolly.
how are you doing tonight or this morning?
How's it going?
Pretty well. I'm doing fantastic. How are you doing?
That's good.
What are you up to tonight?
Nothing much.
Yeah, it's been a pretty good day, actually. Wasn't a lot of real negative stuff.
Just listening to your stream.
Well, thank you for coming by. I'm glad you could come up for a few minutes here before we're getting to the end. So what do you think's going to happen with this child pornography investigation? Do you think anything's ever going to come of it?
Nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I don't think they'll ever be able to prove anything on anybody, Potter.
Doodles will never, that's for sure.
Exactly. You think Noodles is going to continue to be swatted?
Yes.
Well, that might be a good or a bad thing. I cannot confirm nor deny it.
Absolutely.
Ah, it's just like good old times, Potter. You and me on a panel, huh?
Noodles is barking up the wrong tree with me.
I know it. I've heard that before, and I know it. Are you and Noodles never going to be friends again?
Never.
Good idea. The same thing with me. Never.
Noodles is a flip-flopper.
Exactly. Exactly. So what are your plans for Thanksgiving, Botter?
Probably going over to family house.
Nice. Do you have a favorite tradition for Thanksgiving? What's your favorite Thanksgiving food?
What are your plans?
Um, I'm going back over to the Virgin Islands for Thanksgiving.
That sounds amazing.
You know, that's my favorite place, the beach and the islands. You know, that's I've been over here on the Gulf Coast for a good while now, but I've been missing my island paradise, Botter. You know, it's my favorite place.
Yes, the Gulf Coast is beautiful.
Yeah, but I'm missing those beautiful waters and the beach, and I'm going to do some more paintings over there. I've loved painting out there on my balcony, the third floor balcony of my beach mansion there.
Great.
I'm excited to get back. But I'm gonna probably in another week or so go on over there and get ready for Thanksgiving. We'll be making a big meal for the staff and family that's gonna be out coming there for the Thanksgiving big party Thanksgiving meal. So I'm looking forward to it. Let me see who else is over here. I'm perfect. If that's you, can you show yourself or wave your hand or something so I can know for sure it's you?
What do you think is going to come out of the John Camillo debacle?
I don't know. I don't really know about her. What do you think? Do you think John Camillo is really leaving YouTube?
Are you talking to me?
No, I was talking to Botter. Welcome to the stream. I'm perfect. This is Botter. I think you've met him before. Welcome to the
Hi,
stream.
Botter. Hello, Botter.
So, Botter, do you think John Camillo is really leaving YouTube?
I think he will be back in 2 days.
Yeah, I think he'll be back within the week for sure, possibly sooner. What about you, Miss I'm Perfect? Do you think John Camillo will be really leaving YouTube or you think he'll be back?
No, I think he loves you, and I think he's going through something right now.
Yeah, I think he's going through something as well. You
Yeah.
know,
I think we're being a little too hard on him, and maybe we should take a step back.
maybe we should. I think because both of us. You've been following
Yes, I
our
do. I
romance. You
think we're
have.
we're being a little too hard on him, and we should take a step back.
Okay. Well, maybe we should take your advice because you're a good romantic advisor.
I'm very romantic. I'm very romantic, and I love you both. I love Butter. I love you, and I love John, and I love
Well, thank
everybody.
you.
And I just think
Well,
we should take a step back.
you remind me of myself so much. Butter, she is also from California like myself. We're a lot alike, real positive, optimistic people. And you remind me of myself. Perfect. You
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, I get I'm a little too optimistic, but it usually works in my favor. Not sometimes I get bit in the ass, but it usually works in my favor. But I think we're being a little too hard right now.
Well, perhaps we are. Yeah.
Yeah. You love him too much, and I know he loves you, and he makes a lot of mistakes in loving you. And it's going to be a bumpy ride, Lolly, a very bumpy ride.
Yep. I think you're probably right. I think you're right. So I guess
And
we'll
I
have
think
to
we're
see.
being too hard. And I think Butter knows too. We're making a big mistake. No ganging up here. All compassion, nothing but compassion, true love, nothing but compassion. And Butter and I know nothing but the facts. Butter likes facts, and I'm here to help him with the facts.
Well, thank you so much for coming up, Perfect. I
You're
appreciate you.
welcome. You're
Yeah, I
welcome. Just
appreciate
here to
you.
help you with your love and set you straight. And I could be wrong. I'm not saying I'm right, but Butter and I are on the same page, and we like facts.
I like facts as well. I do. And
Right.
I'm
And
not
facts don't care about your feelings. Facts do not care about your feelings.
That's true. This is true. I know I'm a scientific thinking person, and that is a very good statement. Facts do not care about your feelings.
Yeah, it's about the outcome, and Butter and I are on the same page with that. We know the outcome.
Well, do you agree, Botter? Do you agree with Perfect?
Yes.
Oh, that makes me feel better. I've got 2 votes on that. Okay.
Well, Butter
Well,
likes facts. He's not into the BS of life. He likes facts. He doesn't care about emotions.
I love
that's true.
facts.
Facts are what it's all
Yeah,
about.
yeah. Your emotions don't matter to us. We like the
Oh,
facts and we like the outcome, but anything that happens in between, that's only human nature. None of our concern.
that's true. Jody said this is funny as fuck. That's true. This is true. Everyone loves I'm Perfect. I just love her. I'd love to have her on panel. I've been on panels with her for 2 or 3 years now. We met first on G Mango's panel a
No,
while
we
ago.
met on Noodles panel.
Was it Noodles
I met
first and then G
you. I
Mango?
know facts. I know
Okay.
facts. I met you with German lady on Noodles panel over 3 years ago. Two,
Okay.
two, maybe.
Maybe 2 or 3 years ago.
Yeah,
Yeah,
on
and
Noodles.
we hit it off. I remember right away, and when I found out she was from California, where I was from, I just loved her right away.
Mhm.
It was great.
Yes, and I love you. I'm a big German lady and Lolly fan, but that does not mean I will turn against Noodles or well, forget about Noodles, but that does not mean I won't turn against Butter and the
No,
King.
you don't have to turn against anybody for me,
Yeah,
sweetheart. Mm.
yeah, I'm not a big Noodles fan, but I do like Butter because it's all about facts, and I like facts. And
Yep.
I like the King because he's funny and he's sincere.
Well, he's a comedic genius, actually, I do
Yes,
believe. He really
yeah,
is.
but he's not that funny to where I'm gonna turn on you. He's funny,
Yeah.
but he's
Yeah,
that
he's
funny.
funny.
So,
Yeah.
all right,
I
he's
I
okay.
think he's
All right,
funny.
he's
I
not
think he
Butter
is.
funny. He's not Butter funny.
Nobody's Botter funny except Botter.
He's kind of he's not Butter funny, but he's funny in his own right. And I don't want his ladies turning on him. That's
Oh
not
my
fair.
god.
His ladies
That
cannot turn on him, Lolly.
No, I don't want his ladies or his friends to turn on him. I just
No,
want his mind to
no.
get back right to how he was 3 or 4 days ago. Okay?
Exactly.
That's what
And
we
we're gonna
need.
support him, Lolly, through his hard times. He's going through something
Yeah.
right now, Lolly. My
Yeah.
robotic interior insides can feel it. He's going through a robotic interior. I can feel it.
How can we get a reversal back to like 4 or 5 days
You know
ago?
what?
Can you
Time
do that?
heals, Lolly. It heals all wounds.
Oh,
Something's gonna
okay.
happen. It's gonna take at least 2 weeks. I say two
About
weeks,
2
Lolly.
weeks? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there's
So
nothing but time.
let's not go too crazy. Let's give it 2 weeks, lady, before we
Okay.
go crazy. Let's go 2 weeks, okay?
Well, I've got nothing but time,
All
Miss
right.
Perfect.
I'm on your side, Lolly, but the
Okay.
king needs a chance to make a comeback. Okay?
Okay. Well, I have
I
Camilla
no.
won't
leaves.
turn on the king. I'm on
Okay.
your side, Lolly, but
I don't
I'm
want
gonna
you
give
to
the
turn
king
on
a
me.
chance.
Okay. Let's
Camilla
give
leaves.
the
We are
king a chance.
Well,
if Camilla
I need
leaves. We
Botter
are
on
stuck
my
with new.
side, though. If I need Botter on my side. If Botter's not on my
Cami-
side, then forget the whole
If
plan.
Camilla
Forget it.
leaves, we are stuck. If Camilla leaves, we are stuck with noodles, and we can't let that happen.
Well,
No.
it's really up to Botter, but I'm just telling Botter, I think Lolly, she is a woman in distress right now, Botter. And I think that might backfire on us because she is a woman. And the woman needs to follow the king, yada yada yada, Botter. What do you think?
I control this place, and people underestimate me.
I know, I know. That's why I'm following Botter's lead. I don't know. I'm a woman. I'm not a man. I am a woman. So it's up to Botter.
You're right, though, Botter. If the king leaves, all we really have left of any
Yeah, two
whatever is
crying women. What are you
noodles.
going to do with two crying women, Water? Unless you want to be the king, Water. But if you're going to be the
At,
king, you're going to have to show your face.
at least Michelle K and Anderson Henderson are left, and me and you.
Yeah,
Ugh.
that's true. At least if he leaves, Botter, there'll be me and you and Michelle K and Anderson Henderson. So if
Don't
he's
forget about me.
actually,
Don't fuck
and
me
we have
over.
I'm Perfect, the other little princess, you know?
It's up to
Prin-
Botter. But I don't think
Princess
we should
Perfect.
leave the king behind. I think that might bite us in the ass.
Yeah. Well, maybe, I'm willing to give it 2 or 3 weeks, and see what happens. I mean, I
I
have
think
nothing but time.
time. They say what's that cliche? Time heals. Time
Time heals
heals.
all wounds.
Yes,
So
and
you're
I think the
thinking
king.
that by Thanksgiving, perhaps we might have a better
Yeah,
outcome?
that's what I'm thinking. He's got some licks to be wounded, Holly, and maybe only you can do that.
She
But
called me Holly, Butter. She called me Holly. Oh,
no, I
no.
said Lolly. I didn't say Holly. I said Lolly.
Okay.
Maybe that was a Freudian slip, but no, I know the
Okay.
difference. I know
Oh,
the difference.
thank God. Well, I guess we'll just have to see what happens. Jody said
Well,
no ultimatums.
I'm sipping out of a mug right now that says love is patient and kind.
Well, I have been accused of being too patient and too kind. So,
By
there's
who? By who? The devil?
by no, not by the devil. By loved ones sometimes that I'm too nice to
Oh,
people and
disguised as, yeah. The sweetest rose can be disguised as the devil.
How is it that noodles turn so unfunny and entertaining in a year's time frame?
yeah, what happened there, Botter? I mean, he just turned out, and you know what? Noodles looks like he's sick or something, or he's aged 10 years in the last year, Botter. What's going on with that?
He's gaining weight too.
Yeah, he really is. He's gotten way out of shape or something. What happened to him doing his training? He was doing weight training for 4 days, and then I never saw a weight again.
Well, I
He
think it's
stopped.
his
I
size.
stopped encouraging him.
He thought he could get away with being taller, and then he would figure out his size. You know what I mean? It's a Napoleon Bonaparte syndrome.
Hey, Jennifer Marie. Thank you for coming in. Glad to
When I
see you.
stopped coming around, when I stopped coming around supporting Noodles, that's when everything went downhill.
Everything went to pot when you stopped, huh, Botter? He needs your guidance, Botter.
Well, what are we going to do? How are we going to solve getting Lolly back together with Camilla? Because I think they're a great team. I just think Camilla needs to learn to support Lolly, and Lolly needs to learn to be okay with his channel. It's a give and take. It's a give and take. The king went astray. He didn't support his queen because he thought he could rule the universe without the queen's support. But he doesn't realize that his queen was a Princess Diana, the princess of the people, the people's princess. He did not realize that he was dealing with the people's princess. He thought he could do it alone. He can't, Lolly. He can't. He's dealing with the people's princess.
Yeah, that's true. And I was trying to give him as much support and help as I could do.
Yeah, he doesn't realize the more love and support he shows you, the more we want to come in.
Yeah, that's true.
And he lost his way. He lost his way with Camilla. He lost his way with that old wench Camilla.
What is
Just
Camillo
And so
gonna
now
do without-
you're still alive. You haven't died. He still
Right.
has
What
a
is Camillo
chance.
gonna do without you, Lolly?
He
I don't
can't do
know.
it without you, Lolly. So you have a chance. You can turn against him, Lolly, and you will have all the fame you want. You can do it without him. You don't need him.
Yeah, I know.
You
I've
have
found
the
that out.
people's support. You
I
have
do.
my support. You have Botter's support. However, you can turn towards your king and love him through all his bullshit and support him and love him and try to get him to understand you are the people's princess.
Well, I have been amazed just in the few days here, all the massive support that has come toward me. And
You always had, shut up, Lolly. You always had that.
I have been amazed, seriously, just in 3 or 4 days. I've been
Now
getting
you're
50
playing
and 60
stupid.
people
Now you're
an hour.
don't bullshit the bullshitter. Don't bullshit the bullshitter.
Really, seriously, I had no idea. I really had no
Well,
idea.
I don't
Just like
believe that.
myself, I would draw
Well,
that
then
many
you're
people.
blind. Well, then I'm following a blind woman.
Well, maybe
You're
you
blind. Yes, I am. You have the support. What are you going to do with it?
Well,
Either
I'm
way,
just gonna
you
continue
win.
on my way and look and see if my king will return.
No, either way,
Ask
you win,
me.
Lolly. You can leave him in your dust, darling. Leave him
Well,
in
that's
your
what you're
dust.
saying. Either way, I'm a winner.
No, you are. And I
Yep.
support you either way. Part of
Thank
me
you.
wishes you would just leave him in your dust. And part of me wishes for true love because I'm a true
Well, I
romantic.
don't want to leave him in my dust because I love him perfect.
Okay. Well, then now you have your answer.
Well, I'm going to give it 2 or 3 weeks and see what happens because I believe in love perfect.
I believe in love.
Maybe Camillo can use I'm Perfect's wig to be gold dust.
He did a good comedy routine of gold dust before. That's true, Botter. That was a good routine he did.
Yeah. I believe in love, Botter. Do you believe in love, Botter?
No.
We need we needed a
Well,
robot
Botter said
Botter
no.
up here. That's okay, Botter. You don't have to believe in love. We've got enough heart for you, Botter, because we're your friends.
Well, Botter, if it doesn't work out with Camillo, will you be my king?
I believe in hate and anarchy.
Yeah, Botter's on nobody's side. He's just on the
I
side of.
know.
He's on nobody's side, but that's
He's
why
on
I love
hate and
Botter. He's
anarchy
totally
side.
neutral. He's totally neutral. He would kick me to the curb in 2 seconds. I know
I
that.
know. I was just teasing Botter. I knew he'd come out with something like that, hate and anarchy.
But that's okay. That's okay. We
That's
need
funny.
people like that in the world, and we also need true romantics too.
Out in the Wire said he believes in rock and roll. Botter believes in hate and anarchy. And what do you believe in, Miss Perfect? I'm perfect.
Oh God, I believe in a lot of things, and I change my mind every day. So what the hell? It doesn't matter what I believe. I believe in love.
Love and romance.
Yeah,
I'm perfect.
and I also
I'm perfect.
believe in
Believes in her.
divorce and hell on earth.
I'm perfect. I'm perfect. Believes in her eyes and mouth.
And every now
Yeah.
and then she shows us her eyes, her beautiful eyes.
Oh
She's a
gosh,
beautiful lady.
I'm a mess. I'm a mess. Doesn't matter who
No,
cares. I'm a mess. Who
yeah.
cares?
Who cares?
I'm
We
not
just
here
love
to
you
be a
any way you
beauty
are.
queen. I'm here to have fun. I'm not here to be a beauty queen. I could care shit about that.
No. Well, I'm glad you came up. I wasn't sure because you didn't have a picture, but I know I could see you when you turned your
Yeah,
camera
no,
on.
I have an old cracked phone, but guess what? My old cracked phone works, and I don't need a new one. As long as it
Oh,
works, I'll use.
sure.
I don't give a shit.
Jennifer Marie said, "How is a queen? How is a queen a princess? Go to bed perfect." No, no, she's our best guest. Her and Botter are the best guests,
Oh,
and we
is
had
she talking to
ladies
me?
before.
Is she? I can't see the
Yeah,
site. Is she talking to me?
yeah. I had told her that you could be the princess, and she says, "Well, how could a queen be a princess?" I don't know what
Oh,
she's saying.
I don't know. I if did I say I was a princess? If I did, I'm sorry. I don't think of
No, I think
myself
I
as a
said you
princess.
could be a princess or something.
I'm
Uh,
just a little commoner.
we had picked perfect to be a concubine in
Oh,
John's
because we were having
report.
fun and joking
We were
around.
kidding around and joking. Ace
Yes.
Carlson says Meghan Markle is supposed to be Princess Diana reincarnated. Oh, really? I had not heard that. She's the
Oh,
one that
listen,
married
I
the
don't think we should
prince.
get too deep with that.
Yeah,
We're just
we were
having
playing
fun
around.
on
Yeah, yeah,
YouTube. We're having fun on YouTube. And I
yeah. We
hope
are
the people that are listening join us and have fun too.
exactly.
And that's all. You
Exactly.
can be a party pooper or you can have fun with us. And I hope everyone has fun with us. It's just funny. I mean, life's so hard. Come on, Lolly. Life is so hard. Whether you have
Right.
money like you or whether you don't like me, it doesn't really matter. Does it
That's
matter?
true.
We can still meet in the middle and have a good time.
And have fun. That's the
Yeah.
motto of my company, the LollyNet company is, we just get together, we like to have
Yeah.
fun. Yep,
Exactly. I don't want anything from you but your kindness and sense of humor. And you definitely don't want anything from me but my truth and humor.
yep. That's why we get along so well, I think.
I mean, we really don't want anything from each other,
That's right, exactly.
you know?
Yep,
And I'm truthful with you. I'm not on your side. I'm not on John's side. I'm just straight down the middle. Well, actually, I that's kind of a lie because you
I
know I'm
know
a little bit
you're
more on your
nice.
side.
I
But
know.
that's
Well,
because I relate to you more. That's all.
that's all. Yeah, that's true, but I appreciate you and being upfront and, you know, down the line, and you're just telling the truth and what you believe about.
Exactly. I don't want anything from you, Lolly. I just
I
want
know.
your humor and your funniness and your
Yeah,
craziness and all that good stuff that goes along with
yeah.
being a character or not a character on YouTube. How am I supposed to know? I don't have the time to dig into your life and I don't care. You make me laugh and you bring joy to my life and that's
Well,
all that I
thank
care
you.
about. I don't
Well, I
want your
appreciate
money.
that. People say
I
that
don't
I'm
want
funny.
anything.
I appreciate you saying
And
that. A
guess
lot
what,
of people think
Lolly?
I'm funny and quirky, and I like that. And, I don't try to be
Yeah.
that way. I'm just that way.
I think you're quirky, and guess what, Lolly? You have no. Maybe I have more money than you. Have you ever thought about that?
You very well could. You very well could.
Wouldn't that be the kicker,
You're just a
Lolly?
beach bum lady, and you probably have
Wouldn't
950
that
million.
be a kicker? I'm a beach bunny girl from California that just has a little bit more than everybody else that you're even talking to. How does that sound
Yeah.
for you?
Yeah,
Mar-
I would certainly believe it.
yeah. If you need to borrow money off somebody, Lolly, hit me up on the downside, okay, honey?
Okay, I'll hit you on the DMs over on Twitter or something. No
All right.
problem.
I'm not into all this who's got what. I'm here to have a good life and have a good
Exactly.
laugh. Have
Yeah.
a good laugh. And
Yeah.
that's what us wealthy people want, right, Lolly?
Exactly. We just want to hang out, have fun, get along, have some, some fun with everybody. Hey,
Yeah,
Rybug, good to see you. Love that you came
exactly.
by. Rybug said
Yeah.
she likes the stories. Well, we tell them up here, Rybug. I'm glad you could join us. We've got Botter on the panel telling some stories and he's very scientific and likes the facts. And we also have Miss I'm Perfect tonight. She's more of a romantic Rybug, but she also tells the facts. She
I'm
goes by.
very romantic, and I'm here to speak up for the king because I don't want anyone disrespecting the king.
Well, that's good. He should have somebody speaking up for him because he's not here.
Exactly.
But I do want to let everybody know
I don't
he
want
is
anyone
not
to
blocked.
disrespect the king. That's not
He's not
fair.
blocked from here. If he were to
Oh,
want
he's
to come
not
here to
blocked.
speak,
He's not,
no, he's
well,
not blocked from here. This is the only place he's not blocked from.
all right. Well, then he should come up because he has my support.
Okay.
I won't disrespect him.
Okay. Just wanted to make that clear. So if he goes on and says he couldn't come up here, that is
Or
incorrect.
that would not be true. He's
That's
got
right.
my full support. I will totally back him like a linebacker and I will have his support. But he needs to be a gentleman and come up and speak his truth.
Right. Because there will be no disrespect here to
No.
me or to anybody else. I would expect everybody to be
No, no,
respectful of each
no.
other. Yeah.
No, and Lolly would not want, I know my Lolly, she would not want me to, as her fan, be disrespectful to anybody that she cares about. And,
Right.
or even anyone that she cares about and doesn't care about anymore. I will still give a voice to those that Lolly disses. But Lolly needs to at least diss somebody for about a year or two before I diss them.
Well,
Because
I appreciate you.
I won't do that for you, Lolly. I love you very much, Lolly, but I have too much money to diss that.
Yeah, no, I don't expect anybody to just outright agree with everything I say. I want you to be
Yeah,
you.
yeah, you
I
won't
won't
get that from me, Lolly. I'm gonna be myself, and I can be
exactly.
a little pathetic and be a little bit romantic,
Well, you be
and
you.
sometimes
Botter will
my
be botter.
heart and my brain gets the best of me, and I don't know which one I want to go with. But right now, I'm gonna go with the king. Right now, Lolly, I'm gonna have to side with the king.
Well, you need to be a supporter for him because, he's got not a lot of supporters right
He
now.
doesn't. He has got nobody, Lolly. He's got
Well,
nobody.
you be the
So
advocate
I'm
for the
here to
king.
support your love because I'm the part of your heart, Lolly, that nobody
Well,
else thinks about. I'm going to dig deep into your heart and I'm going to support your man.
well, thank you.
Lolly,
I appreciate that.
Lolly, do you feel bad for stealing his smile?
Uh,
Potter has a great line.
I kind of felt bad for it when I first heard that explanation he gave on his video, but then I heard that it was from something from a wrestler's explanation, kind of a copy of it or something, or the wording from the wrestler. But I told somebody earlier tonight, I didn't steal his smile. Something about he had lost his smile. Well, he didn't lose his smile. He lost Lolly motherfucking Cunningham is what he lost. And it's his own fault. It's his own fault. And if he wanted to do something about it, he could.
He
So
can't go
no, I
live
don't.
without you.
Pardon?
He can't go live without you.
Well, he can go live. He just can't drop a link.
Lolly, you little bitch. You little bitch.
And this is really the first time I came on a StreamYard thing, and I don't understand what the problem is. There's a big, huge thing that says invite. You click it, and there's a link, and you send it to somebody. I don't understand what the problem is. Maybe he was just trolling, wanting to.
Lolly, the problem is you need to call your man so you can help him to troll you.
I'm not going to call him.
You better call him so you can help him to use it against you.
Yeah, exactly. No way.
And
No
almost a
fucking way.
year and It's been almost a year and he still can't drop a link.
Correct.
Well, I can't drop anything. I can't even drop a freaking bar.
I bet you could drop it like it's hot.
Oh, Lolly, I love you. That's why we get along so well.
Yeah. Well, I thought when I got into this program, I thought, well, there's a serious, complicated method to get to the part where you get the link and you have to do 5 different tasks to get to that. And then you punch the button, Botter.
Lolly,
and the thing
Lolly,
comes up.
Lolly,
Botter,
Lolly.
tell me
Some
it's more
people get
hard than that.
excited if they get your email. I'm the type of person, you send me an email, I tell my mother, Mom, I got an email. And she's all, hey, you, don't get excited when somebody gets an email. It's freaking 1980. Just don't be mad at technical difficulties,
Well,
Lolly.
I do have to say he is not computer savvy or tech
All right, well,
savvy.
that's
So it
racist.
shouldn't be so
That's
hard on
racist.
him.
That's technically racist.
Right.
I don't think he's as dumb. I don't think he's as dumb. We think he is, though.
You don't think what, Botter?
I don't think he's as dumb. I don't think he's as dumb as we think he is, though.
Yeah, he's an intelligent person. So do you think he was just putting on and needed an excuse to keep me around? Is that what it is, Botter?
No, that's not true.
Absolutely, I think
I'm
so.
intelligent, but I'm not computer intelligent. I'm spiritually intelligent. Okay, so let's just not get confused with different types of intelligence. All right, Botter.
We heard him say he's never used a computer in his life.
Right.
I still get excited when people get my emails, so go fuck yourself.
Well, Botter, what I couldn't understand, and I was trying to help him with his computer, and people that don't ever use a computer and have no experience with it cannot conceptualize in their brain when you try to make them understand how to copy and paste.
Just when you
something.
said in your brain, that hit a nerve.
Well, seriously, in your brain,
in your
Botter,
brain.
about copy and pasting, and they don't understand, well, where am I copying it to? And when I've tried to instruct people about copy and pasting, and I said, well, we're just copying it to the clipboard. And they said, well, where's the clipboard? Well, the clipboard it's imaginary. So I said,
well, my soul doesn't recognize your
I
soul.
know. That's why I say, well, we're copying it into your brain, and then we're going to paste it back into the computer.
Well, I don't think it's very fair that you dismiss people that don't understand
I don't
the computer.
Dismiss people, but I try to teach people about computers.
Okay. There's
and those
another
are the terms I talk to when I talk to children. I try to adapt them to adults.
Lolly, you're being racist. You're being racist against non-computer people.
Actually, Microsoft recently introduced a clipboard which saves everything you copy.
Okay, but to somebody that's never used a computer, it's hard to get them to understand how to copy and paste.
Yeah, that's like saying somebody who's never used their soul.
Well, there's a lot of people that are older that haven't used computers, and when you're trying to get them to understand, all we need to do is copy paste this link and put it over here.
All right, you got me. All right. I'm not going to fight with you. I get it.
Okay,
but I want you to understand where I'm coming from.
I do.
Don't ever think that I can't understand what you're saying. But if you're going to talk computer shit, that's different.
Yeah, I don't think that. Not at all. No, angry little redheaded stepchild says, I'm also very sad.
Oh, no. I'm very angry and I'm redheaded. So don't even go there.
Oh, okay. Well, that's the person's name. That's the person's name. They say, I'm also very sad. You could have been the queen of the junkyard, Lolly. I thought you two made the perfect couple. Well, that's so sweet. Well,
who said
perfect
that?
Says, the person's name is the angry little redheaded stepchild. That's the name.
Oh gosh, she must be autistic.
I'm perfect says that she thinks that in 2 or 3 weeks we could be a couple again. So I'm just going to give it some time.
Of course you will be. I don't think that. I'm psychic, right?
Okay.
I'm
So I'm
psychic.
gonna give it. She says I need to give John time to heal. So, I'm willing to give it some time. I don't have anything better to do, really.
Oh, Lolly, of course you need your man. He needs to heal. You know your man, Lolly, better than all of us put together. He needs time to heal. Do you not disagree?
No, I agree with you. He needs some
There you
healing
go.
time.
I don't want to hear the buts. I'm Judge Judy. Don't tell me the buts,
I
lady.
didn't say but at
Don't
all.
tell me the buts. I don't want to hear the buts. You just said yes. And yes,
I'm
I
perfect.
agree. He needs time to
I'm
heal.
perfect. Can
You
you
want
tell
to
me
give it a week or
I'm
two or
perfect?
2 or 3 weeks. I don't care. There's no time limit. He needs to heal. Leave him alone. Leave the man
I'm
alone to
perfect.
heal. All right?
I'm just
I'm
gonna go
perfect.
back to the Virgin Islands and paint beach scenes.
Go ahead. I've got 20 beach scenes in my freaking apartment here. And 20 are signed to Lolly Cunningham. And guess what? I don't think they're you. I think they're fakes. However, they're
I'm
beautiful
I'm
and I
perfect.
love
Can
it.
you tell me I'm perfect? Can you tell me Noodle's future? Please tell me he'll be buried in his backyard within the next 6 months.
Noodles will be fine. He'll be fine. Leave him alone. He'll be fine. If you leave him alone, he'll leave you alone. Okay? He'll die and his grave will be a little shorter than most because he's a little man. All right. It's going to be a short grave, not a very long grave. It's going to be a little grave. Mini, miny, mo grave. Okay? And he'll have about 2 or 3 people around his grave and they'll be crying hysterically because they love him. And guess
I hope
what? I don't
someone
even know
sets
the
his
guy, and
grave.
one of them will be me. Okay?
I hope
Botter,
someone
you
sets
can
his grave
join me.
on fire.
Hey, hey, hey. Let's leave
Butter.
the guy alone. It's not going to be good. It's not going to be healthy. But Botter, you and I, oh God, I think our death is going to be worse than Noodles. You want to know why?
His grave needs to be set on fire.
Now we're gonna die a green death. We're gonna be dying eating green juice and beetroot and all that healthy, beautiful stuff, and we'll both get around with Lolly, and it's gonna be beautiful. It'll be beautiful, and Lolly's gonna set us up in the Cayman Islands, and you know
Virgin
what?
Islands.
Oh, virgin?
I'll
No,
probably be
Lolly's
drinking
wrong.
Kool-Aid.
Lolly's wrong again. However, we're gonna have a beautiful life. Lolly's gonna help us out because we're poor, and yeah, we're gonna be assholes, but we're gonna be Lolly supporters. But we're gonna be assholes. But we're on the side of truth. If Lolly's right, we will support her. If she's wrong, we're gonna be poor ass dumplings. Let me tell you, we're gonna die in the freaking shitholes in like the Victorian era. But
I
I have
heard
a
someone is going to
feeling
kill me
Lolly's
with grape
right. I have a
blade.
feeling Lolly's right, and she's gonna be okay, and she's gonna not support us, but she's gonna throw us a little bone. That's the truth. She's gonna throw us a bone because she knows we love her, and she's gonna throw us a bone. But that's about it.
Molly will die in her sleep because she is a very nice person.
Yeah,
Oh.
she's gonna throw us. Let's not go overboard, okay? We will
Hey, out on
always
the
tell her
wire.
the truth. We will always tell her the truth, and it's gonna cost us a couple $1,000.
Hey, out on the wire said Botter's gonna swat Noodle's gravesite. Are you gonna really do
Yeah,
that, Botter?
yeah. Lolly's gonna hate us, Botter, because we're always gonna tell her the truth. We're always gonna tell their truth, and she. It's gonna cost us a little bit, but that's okay. It doesn't matter because we're not really in it for the money. We're in it for the fun and the friendship, and that's about it. I mean, I don't
Yep.
think it goes beyond that, Botter. We're really not in it for the money. We both can take care of ourselves. It's a struggle, yes. It's not fun taking care of yourself. It's hard. However, Lolly will have a good laugh on our
Oh,
once in a while. But yeah, she's
oh.
not going to give us any money, but she might throw us a bone here and there just because we love her. And that's about it, Botter. That's about it. We love her. And we support her and her stupid decisions when it comes to men because they're stupid.
I
And
heard
we
out on
love
the wire.
Lolly. And we love
I
Lolly.
heard
And
I heard out on the
yeah,
wire paid Anderson Henderson $15 for a wrench tonight.
yeah, we're
Yeah,
gonna
I
fight
heard
over
that.
$15-$20 the rest of our lives. It's not really gonna matter, Botter. But we love Lolly, and we support her decisions, and we will cringe over her decisions. However, we love her, and she makes us laugh. She makes us smile, and that's all I can say about her. She makes us laugh. What do we? I mean, she's our friend. I mean, I like John too, but not like Lolly. Not like Lolly. I
Well,
only
thank
like
you.
John. I only support John because Lolly loves him. He gets a bone because of her. That's it. He gets a bone
Anderson, de-
because of her.
Anderson deserves the money. Good on you out on the wire.
Yeah, even Anderson gets a
But
half a
the,
bone because of Lolly. Anyone that Lolly comes in contact with gets a little bone from me. I'm not even anything. I'm nobody. I'm nobody. A little girl from California. Who cares? But
you're
Lolly
a
gets a
somebody. You are
but
a somebody. I'm
but
perfect.
Lolly's friends get a little bone, a little tiny bone. But Lolly has to be done with somebody for at least 5 years before I cut him off, because I don't believe Lolly. I don't. Lolly's heart is bigger than she even believes. I don't even
I
believe
laughed.
her heart. Her
I
heart is
laughed.
bigger than she
hyster-
believes.
I laughed hysterically when Perfect said that Noodles was gonna have a short grave.
Wasn't that funny? Yeah.
Well, it's true. I mean, that's true though, right?
I'm
That's
perfect
very
is
true.
a funny lady too. She is very funny. I love having her talking with her on panels. She's very funny and
Uh,
hysterical.
I'm crazy, but I am authentic in a crazy way. And whatever, Lolly, whatever. Put aside Lolly for a second. Noodles has a short grave. You want to know why? He's got short legs. Very short legs. It's not that's a true fact. That's not about me. He's got little tiny short legs. And that's why
Yeah.
he has a short grave. And that's a fact. That's not even dissing on the man. I'm friends with a lot of Chinese people, and they've got short graves and beautiful short, and Noodles will be right next to them.
Well, it's rumored that Noodles is half Asian because, they say his father met an Asian lady, a nice Vietnamese lady during the war. And,
Lolly, that's a beautiful rumor. It
isn't
means
that
Noodle.
lovely?
Hey, at the end of the story, Noodles died with short legs.
Little
He
Noodles.
was buried with Noodles, and guess what? He was actually in the end a little smart because he was associated with the Chinese. So maybe he
Noodles
wasn't
has
stupid
Napoleon
after all.
syndrome.
He
Noodles
wasn't
has
that dumb.
Napoleon syndrome.
No, he
Yeah,
was.
I've heard that.
Oh, poor Noodle. You know what? Let's have a toast to Noodles right
Napoleon
now. I
Noodles.
have a drink in my hand with I have a tiny sip of wine. Let's toast to Noodles and his short life with his short legs and a short grave.
Yeah, and Out in the Wire said Noodles will get a half price special on his gravesite.
Well, can we toast to that? That'll
Let's
bring
do.
him
You
good
make the
fortune.
toast. You do the
let's
toast.
not let's let's not be negative or angry, Lolly. I toast to Noodles with his short not life, his short legs, his short attitude, and his short humor, and his big love for Lolly. I can't deny that. I can't deny that.
We know
His
that's
long.
true.
I try to say short love for Lolly, but those words could not come out because I'm a truthful person. His long lust for Lolly came out in his death. Oh my God, Lolly, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do, girlfriend?
Oh my God.
I've
His
Well,
recently started to realize that Noodles has never had a true sense of humor.
Oh my
well,
God, he's digging
in the
out of his
spirit
grave
of your
right
toast,
now.
I will toast with you,
Noodles is
Perfect
not funny.
I
and
swear to God,
Baller.
this is not funny, Lolly. Don't even laugh at
I'm
this. This
sorry.
is not funny.
I'm trying to have a
He
serious
is
tone.
crawling out of his grave right now as we speak, and his little legs are trying to climb up to the top of the mud. And it is so sad, Lolly. Let's pray for Noodles right now. Can we have a moment of prayer for
Yes,
Noodles
let's
while
have
he
a
climbs
moment
out
of
of the grave?
silence. Yes.
Okay. 2 or 3 seconds. Moment of silence. 3 seconds. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you,
Who
dear.
laughed first? Lolly?
I'm so sorry. Yes,
Lolly?
I
We have
couldn't
to
hold it.
start over. We have
Okay.
to start over because your sense of humor, Lolly, got us
Okay.
in trouble.
Okay.
Your sense of
I'll be
humor.
calm.
No, I don't know. It's up to Butter. I don't know if we can. I don't know. I'm a little. Butter. I don't know, Lolly.
I'll be
I don't know.
quiet.
I
Let's
don't
do
want to upset
do
John.
the
No,
moment of
I
silence
don't want to
again.
upset John. No, I don't want to upset John. I think John's listening, honey.
Well, it's
And I
up to
think
you.
you're gonna upset your man. No, I'm gonna pass. I don't want to
Okay.
disrespect John. No, I'm gonna
Okay.
pass on the laughter. I'm gonna uh, uh I'm gonna pass on the laughter, and we're gonna go right into despair
Okay.
because I think
That's
John's
better.
listening.
Because
I
I
think
really
John's
hate
listening.
Noodles. I hate Noodles'
Uh,
guts, and even the sound of his
yeah,
voice makes me vomit. So go ahead with the
yeah,
despair.
yeah, yeah. And I hate it when you're chuckling over Noodles, and so does John.
I don't chuckle over him, really. I'm chuckling because you are a fit of laughter to me.
Well, I don't
I
know.
truly
I don't,
hate Noodles.
I don't know.
You better be
I
glad
think
you never met
John.
John. He probably smells like cat piss.
Oh no, let's not disrespect John. Let's disrespect Noodles. Let's put all our disrespect toward Noodles because that man has
We're
been
not. Hey,
stalking
hey, hey,
me
hey,
for 10
hey,
months.
Lolly. We're
Yeah,
not supposed to call him the N word. What's the other word we're supposed to refer him to? Isn't it
that's fine.
Loodles or something else like that?
I've called him Noodles or David Stupid Bulldog.
No, there's another word that you use for noodles and that you're not allowed to say by your king. What is it?
There's a word on the King's channel that he
No,
made me
no. I've
say.
been listening a long time. There's another word for noodles that you are not allowed to say. What is it?
I called the king, I mean, I called the noodle person the spaghetti boy, and that's what I refer to him as.
Oh, there. No. Spaghetti.
Gremlin
There you
elf.
go. Spaghetti boy.
I don't use that
See?
word because someone was trying to make me as a slave person say that word,
No, no. Nope.
but I called
Nope.
him
Nope.
spaghetti
Nope.
boy.
Nope.
He didn't
Hey,
want me
hey,
to
hey,
call
hey.
him the N word, so I called him spaghetti boy so
Hey,
to
Lolly, you're talking to
respect the king and not call
Judge
him
Judy up
noodles.
here, okay?
I would only call him the spaghetti boy.
Okay. All right.
That's as
All
far as
right.
I
You're
can go.
talking to Judge Judy. Okay.
Yeah,
From now on, it's the spaghetti boy. You got it?
that's right. I got it.
That's
No
that's the least
problemo.
thing I can do for the king. I will
No
do that
problemo.
one thing for the king.
For sure.
Don't disrespect the king.
No problem.
All right. Botter, are you listening? Did the botter go away? Because if that's
Yes,
the case, you did. Oh
Yeah,
my
he's
God.
there.
He sounds
I'm
like
here.
that Netflix video, The Heist. Have you ever seen that movie, The Heist, on
Oh, that's
Netflix?
a good
He
movie.
sounds like the
Yeah.
guy in The Heist. Botter, Lolly and I are your women now, and we need your what do you call it? Not we our own person. Don't get us wrong, but we need your guidance because we are two lost souls swimming in a fishbowl.
Wait a minute. What? Go ahead. I'm
Well,
sorry.
Lolly, we need you don't have a king and I don't have a king now. So
Yeah,
we need
my
fodder.
king has been lost in his whatever has been happening to him the last 3 or 4 days.
All right. Hey, Butter has a chance. He can take
I'm
over the
perfect.
world right now with us.
I'm perfect. You are a
Yes.
little bit under the influence right now. Maybe we need to relax and drink some water.
Oh, she's such a sweetheart. She is on the West Coast, so it's a little earlier there.
All right. You want the smart I'm perfect?
California is beautiful. California is beautiful.
Isn't it? It's so lovely there. That's why I love the beach so much. I was born on the beach.
Well, I respect Butter for that. He's not going to take advantage of a drunk woman.
Yeah, well, perhaps we can reconvene on another night or tomorrow night and,
Yeah.
see what more friends we can make, you know?
We can convene
As
over
a matter of
IHOP.
fact, I was born under the Atlantic Ocean.
Were you? Around which, were you born near the United States or in another country, Botter?
Bermuda.
Oh, Bermuda. Nice. Really nice. A lovely island there. Are you still being able to do a lot of traveling, Botter?
Yes.
Oh, that's lovely. I love traveling. I'm really looking forward to getting back over to the Virgin Islands. I'm going to get started packing, getting all my stuff that I'm going to bring back over there ready, and call the pilot, get a time and get ready, see when I'm going to go, and get a wheels up time. I'll be really excited to get back there.
The first time I ever went out of the country was Sarajevo, Bosnia 25 years ago during the war.
Wow. I bet that was exciting.
Mm. Oh, he's been to Sarajevo during the... Does he speak any Serbian?
I think
Butter,
he
do you speak any
speaks many
Serbian? Tell me
languages.
a word.
He used to work for the UN, the United Nations, as a translator, I believe.
Butter, tell me
Out in the water,
something
said, "Oh no,
in
Botter's
Serbian.
guidance might have you put that as an
Or
accessory
the
to murder."
former country of Yugoslavia. Not Croatian. Tell me something in Serb. The former country of Yugoslavia. Tell me, darling.
How many
Oh,
languages do
he's
you
looking
speak,
up something on Google, Lolly.
Yeah, he must be. He's got to
Lolly,
translate
he's
something.
looking up something on Google.
He's cheating with Google.
Lolly, he's looking up something on Google.
Well, he is Google. His
Don't fuck
brain
with
is
me,
Google.
Butter. Lolly?
Maybe, he
Lolly.
was having power outages
Sorry, I
earlier
didn't hear
today.
your question. Sorry, I didn't hear your question. I'm perfect.
It's not going to work with me now. This will not work, Butter. This will not work, my love. I could
How many languages
less
do
if
you
you
speak, Botter?
Serb or not. But don't fuck with the CIA, bitch.
Say it again,
I'm
Wally.
just kidding. I'm not with the CIA.
Okay, let me talk.
I'm with the home care unit of the daycare units of the...
Botter, how many languages do you speak?
10.
Okay, that's what I thought, because he used to work for the UN, kind of as a translator. Did you not? Yeah, that's what I thought.
No, I worked for the United Nations as a photographer.
As a photographer. Okay, that's right. You went around doing the photography. Didn't you work for maybe about 10 years, you told me?
Yes.
Okay, that's what it was. That must have been interesting. Well, listen, everybody, it is getting a little bit late. Does anybody in the chat have any last questions you wanted to ask before we get out of here?
My dad was a missionary. My dad was a missionary for the United Nations and I went with him when I was 11 to Bosnia.
When you were 11, wow. And he was a missionary. Well, that was a lovely way to get a lot of learning and education when you were so young. That's
Yes.
lovely. Yeah. Does anybody in the chat have any questions, or anybody on the panel or of me? We'd be happy to try to answer those before we get out of here. We've been going for over 2 hours now. I really appreciate everybody that came into the chat tonight. It's been a really good chat. We covered a lot of subjects. Appreciate Out in the Wire, the angry little redheaded stepchild, Rybug, Jennifer Marie, Ace Carson, Jody. I appreciate you coming up earlier, and I want to thank I'm Perfect and Botter for coming up here this later on in the show. Laura's Hope.
Botter's gonna get it. Botter's a Serb intel.
You're gonna beat him up? He might like that.
No. I'm gonna stroke him like a baby.
Oh, you made him mad. He ran. He doesn't want to get stroked, I guess. Well, I think Botter, I heard a big sound, and Botter kicked himself out and beat up I'm Perfect, because now she's off the panel too. But that's okay. I wanted to thank everybody, like I said, thank everybody for being here tonight. We're getting ready to close up anyway. Out in the Wire said his dad served with the UN in Cyprus. Well, that's really interesting. Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead. Okay, there comes by. I'm Perfect. I thought Botter kicked you off for a minute. He made a buzzing sound and left. Are you back with me? I'm Perfect. I was just telling everyone, thanking everybody for being here. Good night, Out in the Wire. And Rybug, thank you for being here. I sure thank you. And we'll probably maybe have another chat tomorrow night. It seems to be a lot of people are still coming by, so I thank everybody for being here. So I'm going to go ahead and close out, and I appreciate everyone. I hope everyone will have a safe evening, and good night. Bye, everybody. Bye.